going to be west-northwest, west-northwest, about 18 to 20 knots roughly. Over.
What was the direction? West-northwest?
West-northwest.
West-northwest. West-northwest, Sasha. West, west, west-northwest. Over. I'm not sure that you're getting it because we're not copying you too well. But anyway, what is your wind now? Over. Okay, I got 22 southwest, so it's going to go forward a bit to northwest, northwest, west, northwest. So clocking a bit, that will help you go even faster. So, okay, greetings to you and Mike, and yes, you'll have to, you'll have a rooster tail tomorrow by the look of it. All right, Sasha, I'll clear with you. I don't know that I'm going to be able to copy too many people tonight because of the conditions. If anyone's got a better frequency, I've tried quite a few frequencies in the 8 meg range, and I've got the very strong radar, but it sounds like you can copy me. Anyway, good evening everybody who have joined us on streaming and the radio. This is Gulf Harbour Radio. We've just talked to Moonfish, who are at 3155 and 17404, doing 7 to 8 knots on a course of 198 with 22 knots of southwest wind. And David has looked at the wind clocking a bit for them tomorrow to the west-northwest. We have had pretty much gale winds all morning. It's only just eased up down here. At the moment it's been pretty torrid actually overnight with rain and gales, and a lot of damage in some parts of the country with a bit of tornado action. But at the moment we've got 20 degrees, 1006.4 on the bar, which is up quite significantly since this morning, and we have about 15 knots only of westerly wind. So it's going to be not very pleasant in New Zealand, and hopefully by the time everybody gets here, there have been a lot of boats leave again today. On passage we have got Sika, Colima and Laris probably checking in if I can copy them, but also Rewa, Zumax and Rubicon left today as well from Fiji. There's a line of boats actually have left for Fiji. I'm just going to talk a little bit, because with a bit of luck the radar noise will go off. So we have Zumax leading the bunch now, Rubicon behind, then Rewa, and then Palazino, a British boat, and Due South, another Brit. So we've got a good gaggle of boats, and don't forget that I think the boats are joining together on a net called the Trivia Net after we finish here tonight, which might not be too long away given the difficulty of hearing anybody. I'm just going to pause for a minute. I'll talk to Sika next, but if anyone has worked out a clearer frequency, that would be good. But anyway, Sika, Gulf Harbour. You're certainly strong enough, Peter, but I've got this loud buzzing noise, but you are quite strong, so go ahead. Okay, yeah, looking at that big swath of cloud from the front that's well to the east of you all. and it goes right across the cruising passage to Australia, right to Australia. It's amazing. So Seeker is at 31 south, 17407 east, about a degree behind Moonfish, 180 true, 6.5 knots, 14 to 15 knots of southwest wind, and 100% cloud cover. Was the read back okay? Over? Oh, good. Okay.
Oh, that's good news. That's good news. Well, yes, there is a frontal band that you're about in. It's quite broken, and it had been terrorizing New Zealand. It's a little bit to the north now, actually right about where you are. I'm surprised that you don't have more in the way of squalls where you are, looking at the satellite imagery, not models. This is real-time satellite. But anyway, once you get through that, things will improve a little bit. But there's another frontal band that's going to be over New Zealand tomorrow. So you'll be between the two. Your wind is probably going to be pretty close to westerly tomorrow, maybe slightly north of west, moving you along a little bit. Over.
Okay. Middle of the night.
Yeah, Roger. Okay, well, that's good. Yeah, there are a lot of breaks in that frontal band, so that's probably why you're in pretty good shape there. But anyway, thanks for the info. It helps. Over.
Roger, and I hope you certainly have a better approach to the Bay of Islands than Artia did. They were still doing 7 knots almost to the quarantine dock. All right, we'll clear with Seeker and see if I can copy Colima. Yeah, I've got a good strong copy, so you're just above the buzzing noise. Go ahead, over. Yeah, Roger, I'll pass the microphone in a minute. You're in quite a confused area there. 2915 south, 17330 east, 185 course and 7 knots, motoring into the lightish southerly, 8 knots of south wind at the moment, but have had a pretty strong night with 25 plus from the southwest wind and going southeast, now south. So here's David. Just slow and loud if you can.
Yep, well, you had the frontal band just to your north, and as you passed through it, that's what caused the wind to go to the southwest. But I think tomorrow, at about lunchtime, maybe before, you'll get some relief on that. I'd say westerlies tomorrow, maybe about 15 knots, 5 knots west. Over.
Okay, late Friday for Colima, and yes, that'll be a much nicer wind to deal with, so hopefully all goes well there. Okay, you can hold him to this westerly wind tomorrow. Okay, it's certainly been fairly torrid ahead of you, so late Friday will be hopefully a good arrival time. Okay, we'll talk again tomorrow. Clear with Kalima, and let's go further north on our trip to see whether Laris is on frequency. Laris, Gulf Harbour. Nothing heard from Laris, and I just wonder if Zumax is on frequency. Reasonable, Anna, reasonable. So go ahead, over. Okay, so Zumax leading the group away from Fiji tonight. 1806 south, 17704 east, 203 true, and you have flat seas, 12 knots from the east-southeast, and 50% cloud cover. So for all those boats that have left, here is David's, you've probably had a good look before you left, but here is his views on the next few days, or day anyway.
Day anyway, yes. All right, well, good evening. And tomorrow, about lunchtime, I believe the wind is going to be northeast. Very light though, 8 to 10 knots. Northeast 8 to 10 tomorrow. Over.
Roger, and yes, I'm sure Rubicon and Rewa will have heard tomorrow northeast 8 to 10, northeast 8 to 10. So that's not too bad. Nice mild conditions to start the journey. Okay, clear with Zumax. Boy, this noise is driving me nuts here. Rewa, Gulf Harbour. Yeah, it's pretty difficult here, but I think I'll be able to copy you, David. Go ahead. Yes, we're glad you are underway too, all you folk, because we can, in a week or so, close down the radio work. Rewa is just behind Zumax with pretty much the same conditions, 14 knots of southeast, sea calm, 20% cloud cover, and 1501 south, 17707 east, and 190 magnetic at 7 knots, and you would have heard tomorrow the northeast 8 to 10. And just to remind people about the cruiser net that follows this one, the trivia net. I wonder what the questions are. Not too taxing, I hope. Okay, we'll it sounds like the Rewa crew are quite happy, so we will clear with you and see if Rubicon is on frequency. Rubicon. Yeah. Yeah, good evening, Matt and Elizabeth. I have got quite difficult copy actually because of the noise from the radar. It's a real difficulty tonight, but I am going to just say that you are behind Rewa. No, you're not. You're in front of Rewa by the look of this. I'm just going to update my AIS and see what it says because it does change. Rubicon is in front of Rewa, so they'll just have to do a bit of moving to keep up with you. And I've got you, and I think this will be fairly close because it's only a minute old to save trying to work out what you say, Matt. But Rubicon is at 1804 and 17705 and doing 6 knots on a course of 205, and they are in front of Rewa at the moment and not too far from Zumax. So I think we probably have got a good feel for what's going on there. So Zumax is coming up on their port side. So is all well on board? Are you happy to be on your way, Matt? Over.
Oh yeah, very happy to be on the way. And that noise just stopped. Was it okay? Can you hear it?
Yeah, it just stopped here too. Thank goodness for that. It was causing a lot of hassle. So, yep, well, hello to Elizabeth. And yes, it looks like you've got a good little group on your way there. And you would have heard that the wind tomorrow is northeast 8 to 10, give or take, depending on where you are in the lineup there. Has David got anything else to add? No, he hasn't. We'll talk to you all again tomorrow then. So we're clear with Rubicon. Is there anybody else? Oh, that was challenging with that radar noise tonight. Never mind. Thanks for putting up with it, folks. I think there will be one more boat on air tomorrow, and that will be a boat coming from Vanuatu, so icy red. But I'll just see if Laris is on frequency. I'll tell you where Laris is, actually. That would probably be the easiest thing to do. Laris, I have to work out which one it is. A British boat. Here we go. There's quite a few Laris boats actually, so it's, I should have taken notice of what their position was before. Anyway, okay, we have Laris down here, and this was about half an hour ago now. Quite slow actually for some reason. 3.9 on a course of 188, and they are at 2003. And 17656, so having a peaceful time of it in not very much wind, about 5 knots from the east where they are, but we won't tell them much more because I don't think they are on frequency. Okay, final call. Is there anybody else?
Rico.
Pico, go ahead.
Good evening, Gulf Harbour. Yeah, first check-in today. Light winds on the position where we are at the moment. 26 degrees, 40 minutes south, 176 degrees, 51 east. Wind from the northeast, 4 to 5 knots. We are sailing with 1.5 knots.
About the same tomorrow.
Ooh, David says about the same tomorrow. That's not much wind, is it? Could you just clarify your boat name for me, please?
Again, please, that I haven't got.
What was that? Sorry, say again.
I have not understood you completely. I think you want to know our names on board. It's Andrea and two others on board.
No, I need the boat name. I think I have not got your boat name correct. Over.
Sorry. Eco, Papa, India, Charlie, Oscar.
Oh, yeah, I did have it correct. So Pico is at 2340 south. Really good copy now, actually. But now that noise has gone. 17651 east with a northerly 4 to 5 knots. 1.5. It's that's quite peaceful. But David said it's not going to change too much. Very light tomorrow. So I hope you've got plenty of fuel. Over.
Oh, we have plenty, but we have a lot of places here. So, yeah, and 20 degrees, 40 minutes south.
20 degrees.
20.
20. Okay, thanks for the correction. 2040 south. Does that make any difference to the wind tomorrow?
About 8 to 10 north.
8 to 10 northeast, did you say, David? 8 to 10 northeast tomorrow. Well, with a nice cruising shoot, you should be able to do something with that. Are you going into Opua, over?
That's the plan, but yeah, we will see when we arrive.
That sounds like a cruising plan to me. We'll see when we get closer. Okay, nice to talk to you. And what is your name, over?
Andreas and Sandra.
Andreas and Sandra, thank you. Just writing things down here. All right, thank you, Andreas. We'll talk to you again tomorrow. Okay, folks, I think that's it for everybody, and quite a few people enjoying some conditions much better than we have here down in the country at the moment. I should tell the New Zealanders that the official cash rate rose today 0.75. It is now 4.25%, and we have been warned of a recession coming in 2023. So anyone with housing mortgages will expect to see quite a rise in their interest rates. So not very good news here, and certainly not good news for those people who have had storm damage overnight with the very strong winds in the Bay of Plenty and further north. So I think we'd like to hear a bit of good news. So anyway, have a good night, everybody, and we will talk to you again tomorrow. The Gulf Harbour Radio is now clear from this frequency, and it's available for use. Cheers all.